Hello friends, happy Friday, happy May 1st. I have chosen another book for today. Today you had two choices. One book was My Garden by Kevin Henkes, but another book that I've chosen for today is a book that also goes perfectly with the month of May, but this is actually not a storybook, it's a book of poems. So it's a collection of poems written by Giles Andreae. And the title of this book is Bustle in the Bushes. So I'm guessing you can already make a prediction just by looking at the picture to figure out what the poems in this book are all about. Are you noticing a ladybug and a dragonfly? Looks like a centipede, maybe a beetle and a caterpillar. Are you thinking this might be about insects or bugs or maybe things that live outside? It's kind of the perfect poetry book for this time of the year because while things are warming up and starting to grow, we're starting to see signs of living creatures outside too, right? Out in our yard, we have little ground bees that buzz around, and we have a blue jay that flies through our backyard and a family of cardinals. And right as I look out my front door, I see little squirrels coming in and out of the knot hole in our tree. So I'm sure you're seeing signs of life everywhere. So instead of being a storybook, it's a collection of poems, and poems are like little songs. Sometimes you can sing poems, sometimes we just read them. I'm going to read them today. And I figured we needed a poetry book since you guys have been hard at work writing poetry this week. I've loved all of the poems that you've been sending to me through email. Some of you made acrostic poems and some of you did cinquain poems. Some of you made them very artistic and you decorated them. I love all the creativity you are putting forth, so keep it up. Woo! Here's a big spider web. Here we go. Bustle in the bushes. At the bottom of your backyard, you might just hear a sound. A chirp from the treetops or a scuttle on the ground. If you step a little closer, maybe you can see a ladybug, a dragonfly, a beetle, or a bee. The sun is in the sky and it's a lovely summer's day. The mini beasts have seen you and they want to come and play. Oh, I love that the author used that word, mini beasts, to describe the living creatures outside. It's a cool one. Okay. We're starting with Snail. We're famous for slithering slowly, but wouldn't you also be slow if you had to carry your house on your back wherever you wanted to go? Slug. We're sticky and we're slimy and we don't have any bones, so we hang out under flower pots and settle under stones. Ooh, this is the time of year where you might spy a slug in your yard, especially in a garden. Worm. Oh, look at the words go up and down. Do you think the author did that to make them look like a worm? I think so too. It's so fun when you write poetry. You can make it look a certain way. You can be so creative. I wiggle and wriggle down into my hole, and when I want food in my tummy, I munch a few mouthfuls of marvelous mud. Do try some. It's really quite yummy. Do not try any mud. Perfect worm food, not perfect people food. Spider. I love to wake up in the morning when my web is all covered with dew. It's such a fine sight when it glitters so bright. Don't you think it's beautiful too? I do. Fly. Why do you think the words are going this way and that way and this way and that way? Are you thinking it's because flies buzz around all over the place and the words look like a fly buzzing around? You're right. My eyes are big and orange and my body's black and fuzzy, and I fly around your house all day, just being very buzzy. Beetle. We've got these two feelers on top of our heads which wiggle and help us to see, and we scuttle around without making a sound. Can you scuttle as quickly as me? Can you scuttle fast like a beetle? That would be pretty fast. Earwig. Ooh, I don't like these. I don't like these at all, but I'm still going to read the poem to you. I like to feed on tasty plants and trees that have gone rotten, but the weirdest thing about me is these pinchers on my bottom. Whew. Stick insect, look at that. I'd rather not be eaten, so I've got this brilliant trick. I cling to leaves and branches and pretend that I'm a stick. Whew. Ant. We ants like to work as an army, which means that we do things together. Just watch how we carry these leaves to our nest. You must admit that's pretty clever. Ooh, ants are known for working as a team. They're hard workers. Caterpillar. I munch on the leaves in the garden, then slowly I spin my cocoon. But now I must sleep, as I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly soon. Look at that caterpillar to butterfly. That's called, you learned this in a book, metamorphosis. Animals that are born looking one way but go through a complete change to look like something different later. Ladybug. How many spots has a ladybug got? Look at my back and you'll see. I know that I've got quite a lot. Why don't you count them with me? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. That side is exactly the same. It's a math fact. 3 plus 3 equals 6. You've got it. Centipede. Ooh, I'm going to have a hard time writing this one. I was scared of earwigs, but centipedes are my creepiest. I don't like them. Anybody else a little nervous about centipedes? Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. Okay, maybe, sometimes the way to get over your fear of things like that is to learn more. So maybe I can learn more about centipedes in this poem. Here I go. Okay. Hello, I'm the centipede. How do you do? I'm as friendly can be. Now, which of my hands would you most like to shake? I've got at least 30, you see. I don't think I want to shake a centipede's hand. But I heard that centipedes eat a lot of other pesky insects, so I guess that could be a good thing, right? Bee. Oh, I do love bees, especially honeybees. Bee. There's nothing that's better than being a bee. You may think that sounds a bit funny, but you'd shout, hooray, if you lived every day in a hive full of heavenly honey. Dragonfly. My wings are like shimmering rainbows and my body's a dazzling green. Of all of the animals here in this pond, surely I must be the queen. Looks like it. Grasshopper. We grasshoppers do enjoy jumping as our legs are incredibly strong. And when we're not jumping, we rub them together to make the most beautiful song. Later in the summer, you can often hear the sound of grasshoppers and crickets. Oh, it's evening now. I can tell because the setting has changed to black in the sky and there's stars and a moon out. Did you like those mini beasts? What a lot there are, flying, crawling, slithering, and jumping oh so far. Some live by the water and some live in the air. Some like living underground and finding food down there. But now let's leave the backyard. We can come another time. Which beast was your favorite one? I bet you can't guess mine. Well, I bet you can guess my least favorite centipede. So today you have a job if you'd like. It's totally your choice. But maybe today in your own yard, you'll be on a hunt to see what kind of insects are out and about. You might be surprised at what you find. You might also want to just answer that question. Tell somebody which insect you thought was the coolest one in that book or what your favorite insect overall is. You could do some fun actions. I heard lots of great words in this book like climbing and slithering and scurrying, and maybe you could act out some of those actions inside or outside of the house, and you could pretend to move around like an insect. Or maybe you'll try one of our new skills this week that we've been talking about, asking questions. After reading this book, what are some questions that you have? I'm wondering if all spiders weave webs. I just am wondering that. I'm wondering if slugs can climb into a shell to stay safe. I know they don't have a shell on their back like a snail. So I'm having all these new questions pop up. Maybe you'll have a wonder too that you can share with someone at your home. Have a wonderful day. Keep exploring, and we'll talk soon, first grade friends. Happy May.